Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last. Just looking down at cobblestone, looking for fun and feeling groovy, feeling groovy. Hello lamppost, what you know? I come to watch your flowers grow. Haven't you got any rhymes for me? Feeling groovy, yeah, feeling groovy. I got no deeds to do and no promises to keep. Dappled and drowsy and I'm ready to sleep. Let the morning time drop all its petals on me. Life, I love you, all is groovy, all is groovy.
Jim Wade, God bless you. So glad you're here with us this morning. Thank you. God is in this place, fully present within every heart and mind, showing us how to come deeply into the center of our hearts, where the divine presence abides in fullness. And so we begin today with the awareness that there is God and nothing else. That this divine presence makes us all feel groovy, that something is rising up within us. It is that precious life of divine that brought us into being, that nurtures and guides and directs us, sustains us every moment, every day of our lives, and has brought us together here today. Whether in person or online, we are all together in the consciousness of the one love, the one mind, the one life. And so it is how we begin, with delight and with compassion and with peace and power and joy, understanding that all of the attributes of the divine are within each and all of us, and that this blessed community is where we belong right now. We give thanks for this truth, accepting it completely, and now release our word to the perfect law of mind. And I invite you to join me in saying, and so it is. Thank you. Welcome, welcome everybody to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. This is a very special day. And part of that specialness is that we have Jim Wade with us today. Wonderful. Yeah. I think they like you. So, it's so good to be with you, whether you are out there or in here. And it's just wonderful to know that we have a special sense of belonging in this beloved community. And belonging is something that every heart and desire and soul and mind needs. And so this is a very important part of our life experience. We belong to a greater community worldwide, which is Centers for Spiritual Living, and they are just all over the world, and we're a part of this wonderful organization. So as we use the spiritual tools for individual and global situations, so do all of our brothers and sisters in this movement everywhere in the world, always working to uplift the human race consciousness. So we use them with each other. We have practitioners, and they're wonderful. You'll be seeing and hearing more about them after a while, and you don't need to have a license to be a practitioner of the science of mind, because we're all utilizing this beautiful principle. We teach it, we learn it, we practice it, and we share it with each other. And in our greater organization, we have a vision and a mission, and our vision is simply awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence, and our mission is to co-create a world that works for all. Oh yes, I said it too soon. A world that also works for all. And so we're grateful to be a part of this larger community. Now we're going to get jiggy with Jim, and we're going to be singing I Release. We're going to let him start out with the verse, and then we'll join in. Would you like to stand up and make it sound good?
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggle just to make it through another day. Got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what I have to say. I release and I let go. Let the spirit of my life and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release, I let
Wasn't that fun? All right, I want both of my teens. Where is the other one, please? Thank you. That was funny. Are you going to stay back there, or do I get to see both of your pretty faces? I would love it, just for this. Then you can go back and help Edie, because she really appreciates your assistance. Okay, so how wonderful to see both of our active teens here. Yay. Mila and Lilia. Okay, I want to tell you about geese. You probably have heard this already, but I'm going to tell you anyway. These are called 5 lessons from geese. Okay, the first one is, as each goose flaps its wings, it creates an uplift for the birds that follow. Did you know that? You did. Of course you did. So by flying in a V formation, the whole flock is able to get 71% extra flying range. Did you know that? Okay, good. The second lesson is, when a goose falls out of formation, it suddenly feels the drag and the resistance of flying alone. And so it quickly moves back to take advantage of the lifting power of the birds in front. Smart geese, right? The third one is, when the lead goose tires, gets tired, it drops back into the formation, and another goose flies up to the point position. Isn't that smart? And the fourth point is, geese flying in formation honk to encourage those up front to keep up their speed. That's why they honk. They're not telling each other to get out of the way. This is not Manhattan, okay? They're simply encouraging each other. Then the fifth lesson is, when a goose gets sick, 2 geese drop out of formation and they follow it down to help and protect it. Now, can you apply that into human life? All of those things, right? Because we try to flap our wings and do things all by ourselves, which is fun. You're all very capable. But it's so much better. I mean, think about camp. You didn't go this year, but you've been a couple years prior. You know what it's like to be with like-minded kids that are supporting each other. You feel good about who you are. So this is an important lesson, and you learned it a long time ago. And so if we forget and we start slipping into, I better do this all by myself, we remember to come back to our community and to feel the love and the support of each other. And then if the lead goose gets tired, am I the lead goose? Then sometimes Reverend Mike and I go take a trip and you guys take over, right? This is a good thing. It's not that we're tired, and we're not tired of being here. We're just ready to go do something else for a while. So, now this is an important part. To encourage each other, the geese do what? Right, all right, I want everybody to honk, okay? Honk, honk, honk. Oh, Edie's the best honker I know. We want to encourage each other. And your form of honking might be something more like, with God all things are possible, and I'm walking along with you, and we're going to do this. Okay? That's a good honk. Or you can do the other one. Whatever works. And then if somebody gets sick or has a challenge in their lives, and people do, Everybody in this community has had a challenge from time to time. Then when that happens, at least 2 others want to sit there with them and help them up again. All right, so I think I'm never, ever again in my life going to say anything about being silly as a goose, because these geese are very wise, and so are you. Thank you. Good. All right. Now, we're going to have some announcements, not by our president, Payson Burt, today, but by our past president, Edie Janik. Come on up.
As a demonstration of love and support, I'm taking care of the announcements for people. And Marla is back there helping me with some of the Zoom and slides, so just love and support all over the place today. And those folks that are with us right now online, I heard your honk, Crystal Eve. Nice job. All right, so for our announcements, we are invited to join our hosts here, the United Church of Christ Valley Forge, next Sunday at 3 p.m. at one of their events. It's called Church in the Wild. I have a flyer. It's a nature experience. Bring your chairs and an openness to the sacred in the woods. The flyer says, "Have you had sacred experiences in nature?" Yes. Show of hands. Do you yearn to be more aware of the divine in the wildness of the world? Absolutely. And are you seeking kindred spirits? All right, so then this is the event for you next Sunday, August 24th at 3 o'clock. And where is it going to be? At the McCaig, I think I said it's in Wayne, McCaig Nature Center. Okay. Yeah. So secondly, Dr. Maxine brings a new CSL accredited class on Zoom, Spiritual Practices and Principles. It's 5 Tuesdays in September, beginning September 2nd, 6:30 to 9 p.m. Nibbles and New Thought will be Monday, September 8th at Anthony's in Malvern at 6:30. Yum. And pick up your September-October issue of the Science of Mind magazine from Linda O'Neill today. And it says Glow Up. Well, that's the one side. That's the October. And on the September side, it says Transcendent Purpose. Chock full of wonderful inspiration. Stay tuned for other opportunities to enjoy your spiritual community and meet other kindred spirits, and register for all our events at www.cslphilly.org. Thank you. Have a great day.
Good job, Edie. Thank you. Let's take a deep, sacred breath of spirit and feel that divine life circulating through our bodies, through our thoughts and our feelings, bringing calm and poise and a sense of wholeness, well-being. For it is this presence, this divine life, that animates us, treasures us, lifts us from one moment to the next to a higher and higher consciousness of love, compassion, well-being, wisdom, serenity, and power. For remembering who we are, the I am that I am, we rest in the clear conscious awareness that all things are possible. And all things are possible because the divine presence within us makes it so. If there is any doubt residing in our consciousness, any fear or concern or false belief in being separate from Source, let's allow that to dissipate, just as the sun dissipates any clouds that may have been between it and the earth. And there is a conscious recognition of this precious presence flowing in through and as each of us and all of us. We're lifted, continuously lifted, as we move along our beautiful spiritual evolutionary path, deepening our understanding, deepening our connection to Source, where we remember not only who we are, the I am, that I am, but whose we are. We belong to the divine, and it is that precious presence shining through us, expressing its beautiful qualities of love, life, light, peace, power, beauty, and joy that makes it all possible. Infinite possibilities exist, and we rise up and claim them now. Resting in this sweet, sweet place of peace and power, we simply say, all is well, all is well. Truly, truly, all is well. With the pleasure of introducing to you our practitioner of the day, coming to you from Tallahassee, Florida, one of our newest, Danielle Branciforte.
Hi, everyone. Oh, it's such a blessing to be here today. I'm actually going to take my name off. I'm just going to get feedback. Okay. It's so wonderful to be with everyone. My name is Kaye. I'm from Florida. Today I am here along with my adored and beloved spouse, Colbert. He's a practitioner still, and witness the recommitment of Greater Philadelphia to the spiritual God Squad. Wonderful, I you. And I am so grateful for everyone who is tuning in today. Across this internet, you know who you are. We love you. And also, I want to give a shout. Today would have been 150, and I know. Today, I'm so proud to be with there and every group. So it's my lead us and I speak these words as a person, and I invite everyone to stay, and everyone who hears this forevermore will receive it as you're so joining in breath, settling into sacred moment, sacred way. I center myself now in this deep knowing that there is only one. One present, one fine love that moves as all. This presence is the very essence of who we am. It is the breath that I breathe. It is the surrounding. It is the truth that calls me ever forward. And today I stand in sacred ceremony, renewing my to walking the mind path of emotion and stepping into this great of being a practitioner. I celebrate on this those who come before the great pillars and stones that love and cherish, and everyone who is walking this by my and so many. Every single one of you will who and who and I open my portals, I open my soul to be lifted, to be transformed, and to be made new again in spirit. I say yes to you consciousness. I say yes to being a vessel of healing. I say yes to being an instrument of the great empty world. And I do freely, joyfully, and with all of the power of the that is within. I claim this as a living. I am a creation of love, a radiant expression. I give thanks to this knowingness. I claim this knowingness in this very present sacred moment, and in every moment comes. With love and gratitude, I release these words into love, and I invite you to come to stay with me. And so it is. And so now, please join me in our affirmation today. I am open to the caring and compassion of all who are loving, supportive instruments of the divine. And so it is.
On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see shines every star. You feel you can see forever and ever. On the clear day, as you look around you, you're gonna see who you are. On a clear day, how will astound you at the glow of your being as shines every star. You feel part of every majesty and shore. You can look from far and near, a world that you never heard before. On that clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever and ever and ever and
Woohoo! Great, thank you, Jim. Okay, well, we are continuing this month with our theme, which is Take a Vacation from Doubt. You know, we've been taking a lot of little vacations and longer ones here and there. Welcome back, Jerry. And this is a really important one. We don't even have to leave the house to do this one. Take the vacation from doubt. And today we're talking about let yourself be lifted, because we can get too engrossed and enmeshed in doubt and concern and all of that, can we not? Ernest Holmes says, all the good I can embody is mine now. I have only to open the portal of my soul and accept that which is ready to express through me. There is no doubt in that statement, or as they say, our Canadian friends would say, no doute, no doute. We are, when we're willing to be raised up in consciousness and allow ourselves, our loved ones, our friends, our families, people, to assist in this raising up, it's a wonderful thing. You know, I can't say that all my life I thought it was a good idea to let other people help me out. I had to learn that one. As most of you know, my eldest son, when he was 2, would say it with me, you know it, I can do it my byself. I finally learned that it is so sweet to work together, to let someone help me, like I love to let myself help other people who will let me do that. It's a beautiful circulatory experience. Sometimes we need others to help us open those doors, those portals, to allow our good, whatever that might be, relationships, career, friendships, health, well-being, prosperity. The portals are open to every imaginable good that we have, so we need to stop doubting, because it's only the doubt that gets in the way of our experiencing the great good that is ours. We were not meant to be lone rangers. I can remember years ago, I was on a little sailboat with some friends. Didn't even know them that well, but they were nice, and we were sailing on a Sunday afternoon, Northern California. And I don't remember now if I jumped in or fell in. I was not drinking, honestly, but I was in the water. I think I must have gone for a swim, but then I wanted to get back up on the boat, and it was hard to do. I needed help getting back up on that boat. And so one of the fellows lugged me up onto the boat, and I was very grateful for that, or I'd still be out there in the water. And that wouldn't have been good at all. So this is great. It's a good example of how we can allow ourselves to be lifted. It's a very smart thing to do. Sometimes, however, we need to jump on people to pull them out of the water. Have you noticed? This actually happened when I was on a 2-week rafting trip on the Colorado in the Grand Canyon. And 2 of my friends decided they wanted to come with me. I said, great. So we had a wonderful time, the 3 of us, and it was like the day before we were completely done and going to be climbing out of the river, that it was a lovely sunny day. And our leaders said, just pack your lunch on your back and go up Little Havasu Canyon. And just hike up there for a while and then come on back to the boats by this time, the rafts. So we hiked, 3 of us were together. Jake, she was our mariner leader years before that, and Beverly, and I. And we were enjoying looking. We walked through this beautiful little waterfalls, little tiny ones, just aqua blue water. It was so beautiful. And we were sitting under a little overhang, eating our gorp. And we were going to be climbing up a little bit further, and suddenly there was a sound I heard, I had never heard in my life, I will never forget, and I trust I'll never hear it again. It was like a jet engine, and suddenly that beautiful aqua blue water turned angry brown, and a flash flood came down the mountain. And there we were. And so Jake, who was older and wiser, decided she was going to get out of there. Little tiny drops of rain were coming down just before that, and then it began to have little bits of hail. She was gone. She was crossing back and forth along this little creek, angry creek now. And Beverly and I just sat there until it wasn't hailing quite so hard. Then we went on down, and unbeknownst to us, that angry river by that time had washed our friend Jake over a number of waterfalls on rocks all the way down. She got down to the river. It threw her down, tossed her down to the river itself. And one of the raft leaders from another group that had all come up there to gather together saw her and did a rugby dive on her and pulled her out. Do we ever have to do that with anybody? Well, we're very glad that he did. And she was fine, just a little scraped up. So we want to lift each other. We'd rather not jump on them. And especially when we recognize that there is an infinite wisdom that's at work within every single sentient being, and that we can figure out for ourselves what is needed and wanted to help us to be lifted. And I want to trust and respect that in every other person. Sometimes you need to intervene, but for the most part, I think we simply need to go deep, experience our oneness with Source, bring that person in, and lift them up in prayer. That's what our practitioners do. That's what we all do as we're practicing this beautiful principle. But let's be willing for it to be easy. Let's be willing for us to be lifted easily. Let's be willing for us to lift others easily. And when doubt creeps in, and it does from time to time, what do we need? A faith lift. That's what we need, a faith lift. And when we allow ourselves, whether it's through our own internal wisdom that is lifting us, or whether we invite others to help us, it's okay to say, I need a little help here. I just learned this morning, Mila is studying American Sign Language, and she taught me a couple things, including, tell me if I got this right. This is help. This is help. If you need help, just go like this, okay? Right over the heart. Doesn't that make sense? Sorry, I would like to learn more American Sign Language. But now you know that one, okay? If you're really in trouble. But it helps if other people know ASL if you're doing that. Let's celebrate those who remind us of who and whose we are. I have such love and such honor and such respect and such gratitude for the people who look at me and know who I am rather than see something that needs to be fixed. Doesn't it feel wonderful for people to look at you and you know that they're seeing your wholeness, your perfection, your beauty, your godliness? Practitioners, for sure, know how to do this. And so many other wise folks do as well. So be with the people who support you in truth. And pay little, or better yet, no attention to the others. You know, did you know that the crab fishermen don't need to put lids on their crab pots? I'll tell you why. If one starts, they've caught the crabs in there. They're still alive, poor things. But if one starts to climb out of the pot, the others will very gladly grab a hold of a claw and drag them back down again. Do you have any crabs in your life? Don't let them get you. You see, because we are all members, this is Ernest Holmes, because we are all members of one another, the word of the practitioner will rise through the consciousness of his client into experience. Into experience. Measurable, weighable experience. We rise by lifting others. Robert Ingersoll said that, and I just said it again. We rise by lifting others. Every time we lift someone else, we ourselves rise up. How could it be any other way? It's an everybody wins kind of situation. And in John 12:32 we read, "And I, if I be lifted up, will draw all men unto me." When you and I are walking this earth in a consciousness of wholeness, of love and compassion, of well-being, of a new vision for this earth, bringing heaven to earth, when we do this, we cannot help but influence other people, and they're going to want to be in our vicinity. That's a beautiful gift that we give just by lifting ourselves up. So let Spirit transform us all into the authentic self that we are. The more we experience the authentic self, the more power that we have to continue to rise up and to help other people be risen as well. And like Meister Eckhart says, let God be God in you. We have doubts, like, but I'm only human. No, you're not. Human is beautiful. I love human. But it's not all of who you and I are. We're divine, beautiful, spiritual beings having a marvelous human experience, and it's not always marvelous. And still it's marvelous. Let's work from this place of divine power, knowing that it is God in, through, and as each one of us that is lifted up and lifts others up as well. Think of someone right now, if you would, who may need a lift. I can think of some. Think of one person right now who may need a lift. And if you would, close your eyes silently and silently say, I lift you in love. And now think of one other person who you think might like a lift. And silently say, I lift you in love. And now look at someone in the sanctuary here. And silently say, I lift you in love. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. Thank you. Thank you. Now is our offertory, and it's an opportunity to circulate the divine gift of abundance. And so I'm not sure who's going to play usher today. Oh, there she is. Thank you. She wears many hats, and they look good on her, too. All right, so however we give our gift, there's so many beautiful ways, and we love and appreciate how you support our beloved community. And if you give in another way, simply when the plate comes, put your hand over it and bless it and watch it multiply, okay? All right, let's say our prosperity affirmation together. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is. I don't think you'll need to come up after.
So simple and so fine, a symphony of sounds, wild and sublime, beyond beautiful. The sound of my children laughing, the cry of every hawk, memories of my childhood home, and the chime of the grandfather clock. Just gotta let it all in. Oh, a cool September morning, scent of fall in the air, a perfect moment, timeless and pure. It's an easy silent prayer beyond beautiful. Everybody truly seeing one another, celebrating diversity, every color, race, and variation on gender and sexuality. Now if we could do this, imagine if we could do this. Just imagine. Let it all in. Let it all in. Let it all in. Let it all in.
You're going to be which end? Go. Come, little ducks. Follow Papa. There we are. Hello, everyone. This is, excuse the people who are here, please excuse our backs, but this is the way that we're going to have our practitioner dedication and rededication, looking at these beautiful people. All right. So I want you to know that the people who are present here are our in-person practitioners, Joe Lurquin, Sarah Funk, Cheryl Macklin, Georgiana Gord. And that we are looking at, yes, we are looking at our not distance, they're not distant, but they just happen to live in different states. Our practitioners at this point out of the area, Bo Smith and Dawn Finlayson. And I would like to mention that the people on the right-hand Hollywood Square are our brand new practitioners, also from Tallahassee, like Bo Smith, and that they are being dedicated and consecrated today. Yeah. I have known and loved all of these practitioners, and I have known and loved Bob and Danielle Branciforte for quite a while now, as they've gone through their studies. They did their orals, they did their tests, they passed everything, as we knew, because they are outstanding, shining, radiant practitioners and have been for a long time. And they're really officially a part of our God Squad now, and will continue to be. But this is their special day of dedication. They even came up here to visit one time. Many of you were here and saw them and met them. And I think you all ought to be up here and over here. But that's just my opinion, okay? So I'm delighted that today is your day and everyone's day, because as we dedicate you to beautiful brand new practitioners, we're also rededicating these beautiful long-time practitioners. I don't use that word for any of us old. So thank you. We're going to begin our ceremony now. Reverend Mike and I, would you care to begin?
Our practitioners are people of high spiritual consciousness and deep understanding, trained in the art, science, and skill of affirmative prayer, dedicated to helping and supporting others, licensed to practice professionally, and bound by a high code of ethics.
We honor your dedication to principle, your commitment to this work, your willingness to find the page, your willingness to uncover the presence of God within each person and behind every circumstance. You gently but clearly guide others back to principle whenever they may have forgotten their divine source.
The vows of dedication and rededication you are about to make are sacred. and the work that you do is holy. We honor you as the healing arm of this center. Please respond to each charge with "I do."
Do you, as a Centers for Spiritual Living practitioner of religious science, consecrate yourself to the principle we teach, adhering to practicing the art and science of spiritual mind healing?
I do.
I do.
Do you dedicate yourself to your high calling and to the conduct of your office with dignity, integrity, and sincere devotion, adhering to the practitioner code of ethics? If so, say, "I do."
I do.
Do you dedicate yourselves to behold the divine perfection in all, and to serve whomever may call upon you in time of need?
I do.
I do.
Do you dedicate yourself to a constant recognition of the one Spirit within all people, regardless of race, gender, faith, orientation, or station in life?
I do.
Do you dedicate yourself to hold inviolate the confidence and identity of those who come to you for assistance, unless given their explicit permission to otherwise do so?
I do.
I do.
Do you commit yourself to the discipline of regular and faithful prayer and meditation and continued study and expansion of your consciousness so that you may become more effective in your work and increase your life in loving service to God and humanity?
I do.
You have rededicated and dedicated yourselves to the work at hand. This conscious loving act is an outward expression of your inner consecration to principle, to our center, to God, and to humanity. Reveal the truth to all who seek, so that they too may live the truth that sets them free and keeps them free. Now, there is something I say in part of my spiritual practices that Reverend Mike and I do each morning, and I would like to teach it to you. And it goes like this. Beloved presence, open my heart, illumine my mind, and guide my hands, that I might be the presence of God's love in the world today. So I'd like you to repeat one after me. It's always interesting on Zoom, but we'll try it, okay? Okay. Beloved presence, open my heart. Beloved presence, open my heart. Illumine my mind, illumine my mind,
Illumine my mind.
and guide my hands,
And guide my hands,
And
That-
guide my hand,
that I might be
that I might be
that I might be
the presence of God's love in the world today.
the presence of God.
present.
And so it is. Bo, no, he's not right in the same room as you. Bob, would you kindly place Danielle's practitioner stool around her shoulders?
I'm honored.
Ah.
I got that.
And Danielle, would you kindly place your husband's stool on his shoulders?
Oh, darling, so proud.
How beautiful. Would either of you care to say anything?
So,
Grateful for this moment, the future, to be part of this wonderful.
what he said.
You are all so blessed and a blessing to all of us. Thank you all for your service. It just gets better and better. Now, I'd like to ask the congregation, those here and those abroad, would you like to accept these two beautiful new practitioners into your congregation?
Oh, yeah.
That's wonderful. We're going to have a reception afterwards. We have a very special cake for you. Come on up. because I don't think you'll want it. Oh, look at Zulma says I'm in tears. How sweet, Zulma, thank you. I don't think we want to send it to you in an envelope, so we'll just have to, we'll tell you how it was. We'll take a picture first, okay? God bless us all.
To the portal.
Right to the portal, right, okay. Now we're going to go into our closing song. Okay, shall we stay here, Payson, or do you want us to move? We can go over here. Okay, we'll have our closing song. Would you like to stand? Join us if you'd like.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like the ocean. I got love like the ocean. I got love like the ocean in my soul. I got love like the ocean. I got love like the ocean. I got love like the ocean in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I got love like the ocean. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I got love like the ocean. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul.
And we go forth with love, joy, and peace in our hearts, lifting ourselves and all others. And so it is. Yee-hoo! Thank you, Jim.